Azadi apostate not dead yet? I expect you be dead by now. If you live this long, you might even make it to my age, but I don't recommend it. When your bones ache each morning and you can barely hold your liquor anymore, you curse the gods for keeping you alive. You come to warn Mole, then?
How did you know?
The Mole always know. Whispers travel on the wind and voices reverberates through the soil. There's word of raid happening. Of course no one know for sure. The Azadi usually stay out of Old Town, afraid to cause ruckus, upset the order of things, afraid of people rising up against them. Though times do change. Whether Azadi attack happen or not, Mole's prepared. Don't you worry about the Mole. Mole has burrows. Beside, it may be time to leave Mercuria altogether. Those infernal machines your people build make my fur stand on end. They crackle, they buzz. They are opposite of magic. Make Mole's head pound. Don't know what they're for and what'll happen when they're all done building them, but Mole don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Something's coming, Kian of the rebels. I smell it. I feel it in my whiskers, in my aching bones. Something unnatural, something mean. There's no room in Mercuria for magic or for magicals. Not anymore. No. Whether Azadi attack is coming or not, it's time for the Mole to dig other burrows. Or perhaps return home to the birth burrow. Find an old familiar hole to sleep in. Sleep until this shadow has passed. Or until we're all of us dry bones beneath the soil. You may consider your warning delivered. This is the last you'll see of me. The last you see of the Banda, the burrowers, the little ones who sing to the soil. My people, all gone. You tell your shepherd she's welcome to everything in my possession. All the weapons and food and medicine. All you need to keep fighting. Watch your hide, Kian of Clan Alvane. These are dark times, and you're at the heart of it all. Well, why are you still here? Go! Go! May the soil be ever soft under your feet, Apostle. The fate of worlds falls on you now.
There are more steam machines than ever, and we still have no idea what they're for. The rooster and kitten. Ulvik, the barkeep, is friendly with the resistance.
Did you hear the one about the magical and the pregnant? If you're a ghost, just leave me be!
After my shift's over, I think I'll head down to that cheap tavern by the harbour. Oh, what's it called again?
The construction of the tube network appears to be picking up pace. There are wagon loads of metal pipes everywhere, and the laborers work into the night. While my veil is active, they cannot recognize me. Not unless I... The pipes are manufactured both locally and in Azadir. And they bring them in by the boatload. They must require thousands of them to cover the city.
Tasty morsels. I have several sturdy cheeses. Tell your friends. I've got eats from across the...
Cured Elgin meat. Pickled shrimp.
Oh, hello. Do come again. Exotic oils, foreign herbs, soothing salves, ointments. Salves, ointments. I sell herbs. Sorry you couldn't find what you were looking for. My table's always open, day and night.
Good evening, citizen.
Always be vigilant.
I'm sure we'll learn more about those tubes soon enough. Right now, we have other concerns.
If you're a ghost, just leave me be.
The construction of the tube network appears to be picking up pace. There are wagon loads of metal pipes everywhere, and the laborers work into the night. The Journeyman Inn was closed down when we arrested the innkeeper, Ben Rime Salmin.
Goddess, I'm tired of...
Who's there?
It's a nice view, isn't it? I've always found Marcuria beautiful, especially in summer. Of course, those metal tubes are a bit of an eyesore. And that tower... Actually...
You want to meet me?
Oh, so impatient. You always were. I've been saving something for a rainy day. Someone, actually. And, well, no rain at the moment. But the forecast for tonight sounds grim.
It can't hurt to pool our resources and share information. She knows something about tonight. Saving someone for a rainy day?
There's an Azadi officer, high-ranking, a captain. He has, an arrangement with a young woman in Old Town. A non-human.
He's fucking a magical.
Eloquent, but yeah, he's fucking a magical. We both know what it would do to his career if anyone found out.
They'd strip him of his rank. He'd be arrested, tortured, most likely sentenced to death.
All for a little blue girl and some exotic sex. Your people are so predictable, Azadi. So easy to compromise. You know, the more things you forbid, the more sins there are to be tempted by. You're a nation of the repressed, a powder keg ready to blow.
But how will this information help us?
Today is this officer's day with his young lady. She has a room near Shady Quay. Our horny captain never goes alone. The fool brings his uniformed knave to keep watch, which is convenient, like a big arrow pointing to the right door. If you were to confront the captain in a compromising position, there'd be no limit to what you could accomplish.
Why give me this information? You could have profited from it yourself.
I have no need for money or leverage. But I thought you could put this to good use. Find out what's going down. Maybe stop it, save some lives, or take some.
I thought you didn't care about the resistance.
I never said that. I never said I did either. But maybe I care for other things.
Why did you bring me all the way up here to tell me this?
Because I don't trust them or anyone. I've been burned in the past.
But why me?
Because you, Kian, I trust.
I can't... Why did you... Anna.
Next week, I get to leave Mercuria for the first time in months. Goddess, I can't wait. I'm so sick of this shit thing.
The pipes are manufactured both locally and in Azadir, and they bring them in by the boatload. They must require thousands of them to cover the city.
If I take a short nap, the shadows are alive. I don't like this posting.
My table's always open, day and night.
A map of the southernmost parts of Mercuria. He's guarding the door to that house. This must be where that Azadi officer meets his girl.
There's official Azadi business going on here. You'll want to turn around and walk away. Go on now, nothing to see here.
You do know that you're in the magic gate?
This one sells exotic snacks and nibbles.
Like you're from the ghetto.
Piss. The rat piss keeps it fresh. Nothing wrong with a bit of rat piss, let me tell you. You don't look like my usual customers. Sure you don't want a nice lump of pickled cow's kidney? It's the perfect late-night munch.
What can I do for you, friend? Would you care for a tasty sandwich?
Your sign says sandwiches and fireflowers.
Ah, yes. Used to be I made the best fireflowers in Old Town. Spectacular things that lit up the night sky. Sparklers and illuminations, crackers and flyers. But no more, I'm afraid. Alchemy apparently falls under the definition of magic these days, and is therefore strictly forbidden. I can make you a savoury sandwich, though. Guaranteed sand and witch free.
I've seen fireworks in the past. They're spectacular, and they make a lot of noise. A perfect diversion. I'd like to buy one of your fireflowers.
Can't help you with that, I'm afraid. The Azadi have banned the use of illuminations, crackers, sparklers and flyers. Any and all alchemy.
How about the ingredients? I would only need some of your powders and...
My hands are tied, friend. Or at least they will be if I sell you any of my alchemic powders and potions. The orders are quite clear. There's to be no trade of any sort in magical items. In fact, I should probably clear away those chemicals later today. This place is flush with thieves and mendicants. Can I tempt you with a savoury...
Even if I was hungry, those sandwiches sound dubious. I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step right over here, friend. What are you doing, friend? Are you stealing from me? Hello.
I'll have one of you.
Brilliant. Step right. I perform my sandwiching over here. Not there. Now, will that be on fried flatbread, steamed yeast bun, or a baked grain roll?
What was that again? I really have no idea. I'm quite sure this is unimportant. What was that again? A grained rake bowl?
Raked grain roll, baked balance. Baked grain roll. That's it. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, good, you're back. Now, meat. Today I have a cured elguan, pickled saltwater snapjaw, and kitten carpaccio.
Kitten? One bite from a fully grown saltwater snapjaw means a painful and prolonged death for the victim. We sometimes had boiled elguan in Friar's Keep. It tasted like... How's the elguan?
Suspiciously tender. Thinly sliced, salted and cured for a minimum of 11 years. Melts in your mouth, it does. Eventually.
I'll likely regret it.
As long as you don't swallow for at least 7 minutes, you'll be perfectly fine. And just a dash of this and a dash of that, and some of this and a bit of that. You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting. Didn't I tell you to stand still and not... Where did you go? It's very important that you stand right there while I'm sandwiching. It's a delicate craft, I'll have you know. Sunny side gets cheese and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something feet. How about some fermented moon seeds with that?
Anything to keep her distracted. Yes, please.
Splendid. I can't be expected to perform adequate... there you are. Once again, I'd like to remind you to stand still and not go gallivanting about while I'm engaged in the delicate craft of sandwiching. And just a dash of this and a dash of that, and some of this and a bit of that. You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. Oh, would you like some crispy bitter leaf?
Yes, please.
Splendid. Hey, what are you doing? I told you to stay... Oh, good, you're back. Now, Stace, didn't I tell you to stand... Where did you go? It's very important that you stand right there while I'm sandwiching. It's a delicate craft, I'll have you know. Sunny side gets cheese and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something feet. Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well and don't swallow too soon. Also, if you feel any discomfort whatsoever,
In Sadir,
a
these things
spoonful
are
of
called
vinegar
champions.
should do the trick.
They're often sold
If
outside
not,
temples,
please
military barracks, and
visit
schools.
Cured elguin meat, pickled shrimp cheese, crispy bitter leaf, wrapped in a crunchy yeast bun. Hey, don't touch that! Can I tempt you with a savoury sandwich?
I'll have one of yours.
Brilliant! Step right up. Come along now. I can't be expected. There you are. Once again, I'd like to remind you to stand still and not go gallivanting about while I'm engaged in the delicate craft of sandwiching. You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. Sunny side gets cheese and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something feet. A dash of pungent oxy topping, yes or no?
Anything to keep her distracted. Yes, please.
Splendid. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, good, you're back. Didn't I tell you to stand still and not move around? Careful with that.
I've got eats from across the Northlands, from far away as a deer.
Martial law. There's official as...
Tasty evening there. You don't look like my you. Keep me in mind next time you package, all right?
She's a sandwicher. Practitioner
Hello
of the
again.
ancient art of I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant. Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table.
Something tied you over before tea.
And just a dash of this and a dash of that and some of this and a bit of that. Parsley.
Anything to keep her distracted. That does not sound particularly appetizing. Anything to keep her distracted. Yes, please.
Splendid.
Before tea. A nice snack. Early breakfast.
I can't be expected to Where did you go? It's very important that you stand right there while I'm sandwiching. It's a delicate craft, I'll have you know.
Tasty morsel.
You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. Sunny side gets cheese and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something feet. How about some fermented moon seeds with that?
Yes, please.
Splendid.
As a deer.
Hey, what are you doing? Ah, there you are.
Tasty morsels.
Once again, didn't I tell you? Oh, good, you're back. Now, stay still while I prepare your sandwich.
Something tied you over before tea. A nice snack. Early breakfast.
And just a dash of this and a dash of that and some of this and a bit of that.
A nice snack. Early breakfast.
Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well and don't swallow too soon. Also, if you feel any discomfort whatsoever, a spoonful of vinegar should do the trick. If not, please visit Mercuria's foremost sandwicher here, ready to perform sandwiching to your exact orders.
Tasty morsels.
Sandwiches. I've got tasty sandwiches.
over before tea. Midnight snack. Early breakfast.
Country folk in northern Azadir have another name for these sandwiches. Ground crawlers. Goddess knows what that means.
Cured Elgin meat, pickled shrimp cheese,
I have several. Tell your
crispy
friends.
bitter leaf, wrapped in a crunchy yeast bun.
This is the tube where all the alchemical ingredients go, in order to make a functioning Bakshivan candle. Tiny toad testicles, a common alchemical ingredient here in the Northlands.
Mercurius foremost
I've read
sandwich
quite a-
here,
This stuff
ready
is
to
similar
perform
to our black
sandwiching to
powder,
your exact
except
orders.
it burns longer and slower. It's a potent explosive that can act as a
course, I
propellant
used
for
to
both
sell
muskets
all
and
sorts
fire
of
flowers.
merchandise. But those days are over. Even here in Old Town. That sort of... Oh, next time, maybe. I've got the non-magic things your body needs.
I've got eats from across the Northlands, from far away as a deer.
Cured Elgin meat, pickled shrimp cheese, crispy bitter leaf, wrapped in a crunchy yeast bun.
Something to tide you over before tea. Midnight snack. Early breakfast.
Mercurius foremost sandwicher here, ready to perform To your exact orders.
From what I can recall of my alchemistry, in other words, she makes sandwiches. And fire flowers, apparently. A strange combination of skills.
I've got eats from across the Northlands, from far away.
Can I tempt you with a savoury sandwich? I'm the best sandwicher in all of Old Town. Also, the only sandwicher in Old Town.
Even if I was, I have... Thanks, but no.
Very well. Just remember that I serve the best sandwiches in town, and
Hey! Did you find that turncoat you were looking for?
I did not. But it was my fault. I identified the wrong man.
Oh. So our whole mission was a waste of time?
Certainly not. We'll get him eventually. And I got to see Honor Hilaris speak to his followers. That might be useful to us.
Good. Are you on another mission?
Perhaps. I'm sorry, boy, but I'm quite busy.
Let me help.
He might actually turn out to be useful to me. The boy might prove useful, but I don't know how yet. You want to help?
Yeah.
Even if it's dangerous?
What do you think?
What do you know about fireworks?
You mean fireflowers? I know everything. My father makes Bakshivan candles for the Festival of Turning every year.
Fine. Follow me.
Yes!
I've got eats from across the Northlands, from far away as a deer.
sandwiches. I've got tasty sandwiches.
Quickly, grab those ingredients.
Hello again, friend. Hungry thief! Get away from there, you little bastard, or I'll call for the city watch. Can I tempt you with a savoury sandwich? I'm the best sandwicher in all of Old Town. Also the only sandwicher in Old Town.
I'll have one of your sandwiches.
Brilliant! Step right over here, friend, to my sandwiching table. Step right over here, friend, and we can get started. You better be hungry, you better not be fed. The sandwich maker's knife is cutting up your bread. Sunny side gets cheese, and the other one gets meat. A sandwich maker's craft is, something feet. Oh, would you like some crispy bitter leaf?
And yes, please.
Splendid.
Get the chemicals.
Something tied you over before tea. Midnight snack.
Right, here we are, as ordered. Mostly. I had to make a few alterations. Remember to chew well, and if not...
My table's always open, day and night.
How was that?
That was perfect. But remember, stealing is wrong.
You told me to steal.
In this case, it was justified. But don't steal. You'll lose a hand or your head.
Here's the stuff.
Soothing salves, ointments. I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and...
You said your father taught you how to make fire flowers.
Well, sort of. He made Bakshivan candles, and I watched him make them, but he never let me do it myself. Said it might blow my fingers off or burn my eyes out, but I can give you instructions.
Fair enough. What do I do first?
First, make the glowy balls. I don't know exactly how to make the glowy balls, but when my dad did it, the balls came out all glowy.
My table's always open, day and night.
Toad testes. The tubing for the fire flower. I've never seen a hardy ash with my own eyes. They say it's more than thrice as potent as our black powder.
Soothing salves, ointment.
Crimson crumb, used for colouring things a deep red. Essence of sunworm. Combined with certain organic materials, it can produce a strong glow.
Good. Now you need to make the fire powder somehow. My father was never too clear on how that part's done. All I know is that it's powder that went psst when it was lit.
I've got the non-magical medicines your body needs. Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery.
This stuff is similar to our black powder, except it burns longer and slower.
My table's always
It's a
open,
potent
day
explosive
and night.
that can act as a propellant for both
All that's
muskets and
left
fire
is to
flowers.
combine all the ingredients in a tube. That should be easy, right? You start with the fire powder at the bottom,
My table's always open, day and night.
and then the glowy balls on top, until the tube is full. That looks okay. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out.
Fully authorized and licensed. No sorcery. My table's always open, day and night.
Here you go, boy. Now don't light this before I tell you to.
Oh man! I'll be careful, I promise. I can't wait to see how this one burns.
The boy reminds me a lot of myself at that age. Orphaned, a street urchin living hand to mouth. Use the fireworks to distract the guard away from that door.
Yes, yes. Hey, hey! Check this out. Come and
Stop!
get me!
Come back here, you little shit.
What in Shadow's name are you? Apostle! You're dead!
He won't hurt you again, child. I promise. Leave. Do not come back.
My head's hurting. Why is my... What's happening? Who are you? Where's Ramin? Why am I tied to... Alvani. You're not dead. How in Shadow's name? I'll pay you. I'll make you wealthy. I'll get you a pardon from the tower and...
Shut your mouth. I need information.
What do you mean by
If
that?
you speak out of turn again, I'll cut off your dick and shove it down your throat. The raid tonight.
I don't know anything about a raid.
He will lie. Unless I show him what happens when he does. Unless I cannot justify torture. I'll have to convince him to talk to me, and trust that he... You believe you have more to lose by speaking to me. You're wrong. You've been consorting with a magical, a Dolmari, a child. You know the punishment for even one of those crimes is execution. All three. They will make an example of you. They'll string you up in the tower square. They'll sever your genitals, gouge your eyes out, dip your feet in molten metal. They'll make you suffer unbearable agony. You will plead for death. And death will come. But slowly. Slowly. Tell me what you know, or the tower will learn of your crimes.
There will be a raid. In the Magic Ghetto, before the sun rises tomorrow. I'm not part of it. I haven't been in the meetings, I don't know the details. But they plan to root out the rebels and the collaborators hiding in Old Town. Some they'll exile to the islands. Others they'll kill. As punishment for siding with the resistance, as a warning to others. That's all I know. I swear to it on my mother's office.
Let's go over this again. Tell me everything you know.
Please, don't kill me. I won't tell anyone about this. About you, I can't. They'll execute me. I'll do anything. I'll spy for you. I'll feed you information from inside the tower. Just spare me. Please. For the love of the goddess, I beg you.
He has much to lose if he reveals what happens here. But I can't risk it. And his crimes are too grave. There's always a risk that he will reveal what happened here. But if I spare his life, he could be of value to us. He has much to lose. There's always a risk that he will reveal what happened here. But if I spare his life, he could be of value to us. Betray me, and the tower will know what you did. Even if they spare your life, I will find you, and I will make you pay.
Yes, yes! I swear on the first mountain. I won't speak a word of this. I'll give you all the information I come across, everything.
You'll return to this place every week to meet an agent of ours. Your guard will believe you still visit your girl.
Of course, Apostle. Thank you.
Shut up before I cut your tongue from your mouth. I'll release you now, but you'll stay here until your guard knocks on the door. We'll know the instant you break your oath. Where's the guard?
He's in a mud cellar, stuck to his knees in Elgwyn dung. He'll be busy for a while.
You did good, Bip.
What happened in there? Did you get what you needed?
I did. Listen, you can't stay here in Old Town. The Azadi are coming.
I'm not afraid of the Azadi.
Nevertheless, you need to leave. I'll bring you to the Enclave, and you'll be safe with...
I'm not going anywhere. This is where I live. What if my parents come back? They'll be looking for me.
You're not safe here. I'm sure your parents would be happier knowing you're with us.
You just want to put me in an orphanage.
Wait. Shadow. Children.
The General is asking questions.
I've heard. We must find Kian before...
I'll make sure Harmy's attentions are directed elsewhere. Tonight's raid on the Magic Ghetto will be a good start.
What did he say?
The General tells me that my men are sticking to the story, but that some of the prisoners are spreading rumors. It's of little concern. They will not live to see another interview.
And arouse more suspicion? Don't be a fool, Vermon.
Don't ever call me a fool.
Then try not to act like one. Who else did he speak with?
The Warden.
What? I thought you were taking care of that problem.
You're the one who worries about arousing suspicion. I couldn't simply have him executed. There are laws.
And now the General has a witness.
An infidel's testimony can never be used against Trueborn.
But his words can fuel further investigations.
The General will soon have other matters to concern himself with. We're stepping up the deportations and we're close to completing the machine. After that, Kian's death will be low on his list of priorities.
And in the meantime, the General is pursuing leads.
Like I said, tonight's raid will distract him.
How so?
Because it won't go well. The rebels will strike. Many of his men will die, our forces will be on high alert, and, as Supreme Commander, it'll be Harmy's job to clean up.
He will blame you.
And I will take responsibility. And action. There will be little time for his investigations. By the time the situation is under control again, other matters will have taken precedence. We will keep the General's attentions elsewhere until our mission here is done. And then, no one
will challenge us. I hope you're right.
I always am. Come here.
This is not the time for...
I'm as hard as Nigali steel. This is exactly the time.
I apologize for being late, but I have important...
Every minute wasted could mean lives lost. Anu, can you tell us what you've learned?
Not a whole lot. No one's talking. There's not even a whisper of a raid. I'm starting to think maybe Ulvik's loose-lipped, drunken Azadi was merely a braggart. Also, merely a braggart? I've been around you guys too long. I'm starting to speak like a sullen warrior.
I went looking for our people in Old Town. They're standing by for my word. I don't want to pull them out of the city until we know for sure what's happening. Let's hope for their sake Anu's right, and there's no raid tonight.
The raid is taking place, just before sunrise. We still have several hours.
How did you come up?
Hey, Big Blue, let him speak.
The plan is to arrest as many magicals as possible, along with rebel sympathizers. It's a show of strength. They want us to be scared.
Where did you get this information, Kian?
From a trusted source. I met her here before we...
Mystery Woman! I remember Mystery Woman! Well, I remember you talking about Mystery Woman. She's a friend of Ulvik's, right? We can definitely trust her.
She told me about an Azadi officer who visits with an underage Dalmari girl. And she told me where to find him.
He was with a child? That's sick.
And did you find him?
I did. He told me that this will be their biggest raid on the ghetto so far. Given his rank and the precariousness of his situation, I believe him.
How did you get him to talk?
When he understood his predicament, he was perfectly willing to spill his guts.
I don't know.
Seriously? I mean, I'd much rather trust Kian's source than mine.
What if this source of yours is playing you for a fool? What if it's bait, meant to draw us out and distract us?
No Azadi would commit a mortal crime in order to set a trap. His soul is damned to the shadow for eternity.
I think we should listen—
Maybe your information is trustworthy, Kian, but I'm not willing to bet our position in Old Town on it. We'll tell our people to be vigilant. If there is a raid, at least they'll be forewarned.
You're making a mistake.
We'll know soon enough, Azadi.
Where's the officer now?
I let him go. He might prove a valuable asset in the future.
Will he not simply go straight to his masters?
I have information that would lead to his execution. Should his commanders learn the truth, he'll keep his silence.
But you let a child molester walk free. Was that because he's one of yours? And because the Domari girl is just another filthy magical? I won't soon forget this insult, Azadi.
For what it's worth, Kian, I think you did the right thing. I mean, he deserves punishment for what he did to the girl, but to have a source inside the tower? This could change everything.
It's time we headed back to the Enclave.
Don't worry. At least we have a potential spy in the tower. The mission wasn't a complete wash. And don't mind Liko. He thinks that unless someone gets tortured, the information is worthless. That says more about him than it does about you, to be honest.
Who's there? You? However did you get here?